Welcome to Litmus Day 11, and today we are going to be doing the Christmas song tag, where I will be answering questions featuring Christmas songs and answering them with, of course, books. That is what we do here. Welcome. I don't really got much else to say, so without further ado, let's get to the first question. Number 1. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. A villain you couldn't help but love. There are a few of these. There are villains that I've also sided with in certain cases, but I don't have those books anymore. However, this one's not entirely a villain. I mean, he's definitely a bad guy, but that's going to be Simon Gudmundsson from None Shall Sleep. It's not that I condone anything that he's done, because he is a serial killer. However, he was a very interesting character. So in None Shall Sleep, we have a character who is going around and kind of interviewing teen serial killers and trying to understand how they work, because there is an active case of someone who is presumed to be a teen serial killer happening right now, and so they're using that info from them. And it's kind of a Silence of the Lambs situation where we have Simon Gudmundsson, who won't talk to anybody, ends up talking to Emma. They develop this kind of, not bond, but, well, yeah, kind of bond, where he'll talk to her because he finds her very intriguing. She once survived a killer, a guy who kidnapped her and a bunch of other girls, and she was the last girl standing, basically. He finds her very interesting, and just the way that he talks, especially in the audiobook, it was done so well that you couldn't help but make him a compelling character and find him to just be absolutely intriguing. And I thoroughly enjoyed reading this with him and how everything plays out in the end, where he's still a bad guy, but he kind of helps save the day. And, you know, it's very interesting. It's very complicated, and I really like complicated characters like that. I don't condone him murdering people and setting them up as art projects. That part I'm not okay with. Just FYI, making myself clear. All I want for Christmas is you. Which book do you hope to see the most under the tree? You guys saw my Christmas wish list, so I have a few of those there. I really do want someone to get me, though, Ever After. I really want a copy of it. Again, it's my favorite movie of all time, and I just really want a book copy of it, so that while I can always watch it anytime, then I can read it anytime. You know? That's what I want. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. A character that overcomes major obstacles and learns to believe in themselves. We're gonna go with Nara from the City of Brass trilogy, the Daevabad trilogy. And Nara starts out as a girl who doesn't really know who she is, but she performs these rituals, sort of, and ends up tied up with a djinn, and ends up going to the City of Brass and discovering who she is and what that means and what power is, and getting tangled up in the politics of this world, as well as what it is to be the last one of her kind of situation. And she goes through such a great character arc from where she starts to where she ends, and all the bits in between, that I really, really love this trilogy. I think it's highly underrated. Honestly, a lot more people should be reading this one. But Nara in particular has that amazing growth of a character in a lot of different ways. So I'm gonna go with this one. Read it. Also, gorgeous book cover. Look at it, so shiny. Santa Claus is coming to town. You guys enjoying my singing? I hope you are. A naughty list character and a nice list character. So for the naughty list, we're gonna go with Cardan from The Cruel Prince. He's literally the Cruel Prince, and he is an asshole, and he's definitely on the naughty list, along with several other characters in this book. They're all naughty list. No matter, I don't think a single person in these books is not on the naughty list. The kid's the only one not on the naughty list. Everyone else, naughty list. And for the nice list, there are a few, but I am choosing the Cinnamon Roll Enrique from the Gilded Wolves, because he deserves so much better, and he's just a nerd trying to be nerd and to be loved, and he deserves all of it. He deserves the love and to be protected at all costs. We're going Enrique. Frosty the Snowman. Sorry, I hate that song, and I hate snowmen. A book that melts your heart. A book that melted my cold, dead heart is The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. This is such, again, a whimsical read that has such delightful characters and prose, and it's just so fun. It's a book that I would love to just dive right back into and let it warm my heart again, because who would have thunk that we would all be rooting for the Antichrist? I know you didn't. The Antichrist warms my heart. Happy holidays. I love this book. I love it so much. It's so good. And I know a lot of people talk about it all the time and stuff, but it deserves the hype. This is one that's very much deserving of that hype. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. A book set in a country other than yours. Now, I try to veer away from anything fantasy because obviously that's not set here, but I was trying to choose one that wasn't also a fake version of several countries, because I do have a lot of Asian fantasies, and I would have chosen them, but they're not exactly, they violate the fantasy rules. So instead, we're gonna go with The Other Bennet Sister by Janice Hadlow, which is set in the UK. Obviously, because this is a continuation of Pride and Prejudice featuring Mary Bennet, and it's delightful, and I love this a lot. I loved the treatment that Mary Bennet gets. I don't love her treatment, but I love the book's treatment in extending her story to being more than what we do see in Pride and Prejudice. As I've probably mentioned before, I am a sucker for any and all expansions of the Pride and Prejudice universe, and I really loved seeing Mary Bennet get her own story, and I would love to see the rest of the characters also get their happy endings. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this, but there you go. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Which holiday theme book would you use to spread Christmas joy? And I really couldn't think of one for this. I don't have a lot of holiday themed books. The only one I could think of was Pride and Prejudice and Mistletoe, but I got rid of that one because it wasn't very good. So instead, I'm gonna tell y'all to go read your favorite holiday AU fanfics, because that'll put everybody into the Christmas spirit. No one ever recommends fanfics on BookTube, so I'm recommending it right the hell now. There are some great Christmassy holiday fanfics that everyone should just go read. Go read them. Stop watching the video. Go read your favorite fanfics. Holiday AU edition. Let's hear those sleigh bells ringling, jing, jing, jingling too. It's Sleigh Ride, but they didn't actually do the lyrics for it in the song. But anyway, which character would you spend your holidays with? Well, of course, my one true love, Silas from Sorcery of Thorns. Aside from that, you know, it's Silas, but Silas is also Ace. Perfect. We don't have any pressure on us, but Silas is used to providing. So Silas would provide me with all that I need, and we could hang out and just have a nice holiday time watching terrible Hallmark movies that are recast with characters that I've chosen, because Silas would provide it for me. I'm gonna go with Silas. Silas. I love Silas so much. I think Silas may be one of my all-time favorite characters in the world. I don't know. I'd have to figure out who is my absolute favorite character, but whenever it's like, who do you want to spend time with? I'm definitely always Silas. Baby, it's cold outside. Which book would you sacrifice to a fire to warm yourself? Now, most of the books that I would sacrifice to a fire, I've already sold and gotten rid of. However, I'm basing this on the books that I own and have read and stuff. And I have chosen one that I didn't really like, but I'm keeping it because it's part of the series, and that is Wind Witch by Susan Dennard. I will sacrifice Wind Witch. I didn't like this book. I didn't connect with this book at all. It just was kind of bland to me. The other books in the series are great, but Wind Witch takes such a dive in like star ratings for me. I literally can't remember anything that happened in this aside from like 2 things. The rest of it meant absolutely nothing to me. So I'm going to sacrifice Wind Witch, and I'll just deal with the fact that I wouldn't have a complete set anymore, but it's fine because you can literally go from Truth Witch to Blood Witch, I think, without any issue. I don't think there's an issue skipping this one. There probably is, honestly, but you know, I don't need it anymore. Do you hear what I hear? A book everyone should read. A lot of times with this type of question, people say some very intellectually stimulating books that have very poignant themes and, you know, are meaningful to society. I have decided to scrap that idea and give a book that everyone should read to have some fucking fun in your life. Excuse my language, but everyone needs to have some fun, damn it! It's the holidays! And I'm going to recommend My Lady Jane by the Lady Janies, Cynthia Han, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. This is a romp of a time. It's hilarious. It's got a fantasy element, it's got a historical fiction element, it's got a romance element, and it's got major comedy elements in it. And I think everybody should be reading these books. They're hilarious, they're quick to get through, they've got great audiobooks as well, and they're just a really fun time, and everyone needs to freaking chill out and just have some fun, all right? Where are you, Christmas? A book you want immediately, but isn't out yet. What do I want immediately? There's so many. Hold on, there's so many. Is it out yet? No, it's out already. And Titanic just came out. Ooh. Who's still coming out? I've got a lot, but there will be a video talking about the 2022 releases coming up. However, I am most excited for Heartstopper Volume 5. I mean, I could just read what is on the internet of the webcomic, but I love having it in book form, and I'm very, very excited for it. It doesn't actually have a release date except for 2022, so we don't know when it's coming out. I need a date, and I need it now because I need more Heartstopper in my life. I'm gonna go with that one. There will be many more we will talk about in another video coming soon. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. You know, I had to sing that every single day that I was teaching at one school, every single lesson, because that was like the English song that they played. That and All I Want for Christmas Is You. Every day during the winter season. Every day. A book you started out loving but ended up hating. This is sad, and I'm really sad about this one, but it is The City in the Middle of the Night by Charlie Jane Anders. I really love Charlie Jane Anders' writing, and I love her. She's like amazing, but I hated this book. I liked it going in. It was a very interesting concept of everything, but the way everything goes down, I hated. I hated it, I hated it, I hated it. Terrible ending, very angry. I hate that. I love her other book that I have. I have another book by her that I need to read, but this one was a major disappointment. I will never get rid of it though, because she's so amazing. She writes entire notes in her, because I met her when this was releasing. I was really disappointed with this book. It's made me very sad. Blue Christmas. The book that made you cry. And I currently don't have this book because I have lent it to a friend because I needed her to cry too. But that is Midnight Library by Matt Haig. And I really, really enjoy this book. I talk about it in one of my wrap-ups. When did I read it? September? Is that when I read it? No. October? Is that when I actually got to it? I don't know. I enjoyed Midnight Library, but it is very emotionally intense. There are animal deaths in it, and it made me cry at several different points. Granted, I don't know if I really physically cried, but I definitely like felt it coming on. And I usually use the same book for this question every time, so I wanted to give you guys a different one. But Midnight Library definitely got me in the emotions. It's a marshmallow world in the winter. A fluffy book. Now, aesthetically, this isn't very fluffy because it is a gloss cover, so it's more of a slippery. That's not what you meant. I've chosen Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. And it's fluffy, it's cute, it's a middle grade, and it's delightful, and it's Howl's Moving Castle. This is great. It's fun. It's fluffy. It's good stuff. If you haven't read it. Apparently it's very different from the movie. I still haven't seen the movie, but I've read the book. Does that make me a hipster? I read the book before the movie, even though I read the book after it all came out. And I'm pretty late to the party with this one. Doesn't matter. I'm better than you. Anyway, that's the Christmas song tag. I don't know what that was. I also was like, I had to reach that. I'm not quite warmed up for this, okay? I was just singing little snippets. I wasn't planning on having a full concert or anything, but you asked for it. Anyway, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'm not tagging anybody because it's litmus and it's too crazy for the holidays. I don't know if anybody would be able to do this in time for anything, but if you do decide to do it, tell them I tagged you because I have tagged you, and I know I hate doing that, but I didn't prepare a tag list this time, so if you want to do it, I don't know what these hand motions are, but it's happening. It's a pizza dance. It's a pizza dance. I'm fine. I'm a normal human being. Happy holidays, everybody. Leave your questions and comments down below or on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter. Check me out on Ko-fi if you want to support me as a content creator. That would be super awesome, especially in the holiday season. Be a nice little holiday treat. Make it a marshmallow world for me. I don't know what that actually means, but I'll see you tomorrow, cuties. Bye! Hi, cuties! Welcome to Litness. A book, waiting here for you. Who's coming out? I want the world to know which books that I want. Who's coming out? Okay, I don't even know how this song goes, but it's Blue Christmas, and I literally have never heard that song in my life that I know of. And I feel bad. I don't actually know this song either, but it's called A Marshmallow World, and I've never heard that song in my life. What does it sound like?
It's a marshmallow world in the winter.
What's Blue Christmas? Oh, it's an Elvis Presley. That's why I don't know it.
Ho, 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 ho.